10,000 cells. One snapshot. Caught at every stage of the same journey, but all at once, with the clocks stripped away. The path they traveled is real, we just have to find it. Picture it from above, a floodplain after the flood. Each glinting pool is a cell, the spring is where the journey began, downstream is later, every place the channel forks, a fate was decided. The river is gone, 3 surveyors arrive to draw it back, from the pools alone. The first lays a single flexible wire across the whole plane. She lets it bend until it threads through every pool with the least strain, and as it settles, the plane itself simplifies to agree with it. Where the wire forks, the river forked. How far along it you sit is how far you've come. What single shape threads through them all? Monocle learns that shape directly, a principal graph. It places each cell in a smoother space and grows a tree through them at once, paying for every bend, the branch points of the tree's own forks. In its newer form the graph may even loop, or split. Your pseudotime is the distance along it, back to the spring. The second surveyor doesn't trust a single freehand line. First he sorts the pools into districts, and plants a flag at the heart of each. He links the flags with the shortest web of strings, that web is the river's skeleton. Then down each route he lays one smooth road, and slides every pool onto the nearest point of it. What if you grouped them first, then drew the line? Slingshot finds the branches between clusters, a minimum spanning tree over their centers, then it fits a smooth curve through each lineage, and reads pseudotime as the distance traveled along that curve. A cell near a fork belongs, a little, to both roads at once. The third surveyor draws nothing at all. She places a single drop of dye at the spring, and lets it seep, pool to neighboring pool, a little at every step, down every possible trickle at once. How late and how faint the color arrives is how far that pool has come, and because it travels every path, no single wrong turn can fool it. How long to drift from the start to here? Diffusion pseudotime turns the cells into a random walk. It sums that walk over journeys of every length, and measures the distance the diffusion has to cover from the start. No clusters, no drawn line, the structure, and the forks, simply emerge from the flow. Lay all 3 maps over the same plane. Down the long, clear reaches, they agree, the same river, 3 honest hands. They part only at the forks, where one surveyor sees a single branch, another sees 2, and the die hesitates. The disagreement isn't error, it's the shape of an honest question. It comes down to how much you draw before you measure. Slingshot commits to its districts, then smooths, steady, but only as good as the grouping. Monocle draws one flexible shape and trusts it, expressive, but free to chase a fork that isn't there. The die assumes the least of all, and bends to noise the least, but it's the haziest about exactly where the river splits. So, a clean, tree-like branching you can cluster with confidence, pave the roads. A tangled topology, loops, or branches you'd rather discover than assume, draw the graph, a noisy continuum where you trust no single grouping, let it diffuse. None is the true river, each is an honest way to ask where the water went. Same cells, same snapshot. 3 ways to give the clock back. Drawn, or flowing, fixed, or found. The journey was always there in the pools, waiting for someone to choose how to read it.